Google Calendar is very tightly integrated into Google Classroom. It is also a very useful app to help students track what assignments are due. And we can also put their classes and links to the Zoom addresses and all those sorts of things inside the calendars for students as well. That way, it becomes a single place where kids can see all of their information. So I want to walk you through some of the basics of Google Calendar. So here you're looking at your regular calendar view. You can see I have many calendars here listed under my calendars and also some other calendars. So this one that's called OUSD Stephen Wright, that's just my default OUSD work calendar. I can click the triple dots here and go to settings and sharing, and you can see this gives you a way to give it a different name. You can give it all kinds of different settings, and I'm going to go over that later. Additionally, you can look at all of these other calendars and you see, so I have, I've created a special calendar for our academy. So anything that I put on this calendar, I can then share with everyone in the academy. These three all are automatically published by Google Classroom. And so that's really what I'm going to focus on with this video. There's a reminders calendar and a tasks calendar. So whenever you go to create something new on your calendar, you get choices. Is this an event? Is this an out of office so that nobody puts an event there or invites you to an event during that time? Is it a reminder? Is it a task? So if you create a reminder or a task, that will show up in these calendars as well. These three are external calendars created by somebody else. So this is my side hustle. That was my summer job. This is my personal family calendar. And this is the OTHS master calendar. And you see they're all different colors. And so you can look at the different colors to see which calendar these events are on. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how Google Classroom is connected to this. So let's start by going to the classes view, and you can see I have several different classrooms in here. We're going to start with this example art class that Mr. Heckle created. So in Google Classroom, you have the stream. I personally do not find the stream to be very useful. I really coach my students to always go straight to classwork, because the classwork tab is where I can control the presentation of the information. And so I can keep it easy for them to find what they need to be working on. So here you have a set of tasks or assignments that are around the topic or category of drawing. So he's got part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Each of these have a due date. So character design for animation, part 1 is due August 28th. We can look into this. We can see exactly what it is. As the teacher, I could come in here and edit this. And you see it has a due date here. I could change that to whatever I wanted it to be. You can also give these times. I just leave them without a time, and that way it puts it essentially at midnight of that day. Okay, so now let's look at how these show up on Google Calendar. So students can get to Google Calendar any number of ways. One of them is they can just click Google Calendar right inside of Classroom. And so if they click that, it'll just take them into Google Calendar, and it'll take them to the current day. So as we come down here, you see right here is example art class. And so it's in yellow. And I remember the first assignment was in August. It was August 28th. And so there it is in yellow. So if I actually click, and because it doesn't have a time, it's put up here at the top. I really like that. It just gives students a way to look straight across and see what assignments do I have due on what days. And I can click on this assignment, and it shows the entire assignment that was assigned by the teacher. And they can also click here, and it will take them back into Google Classroom, right into that assignment and everything attached to it. So you see, it's just a super helpful way for kids to be able to access their work. So let's go ahead and just create one so that we're real clear on exactly how all of this works. So I'm going to create a new assignment. So only assignments and quiz assignments have due dates. So it's important that you choose assignment. And we'll just call this test assignment. And these are the instructions, I can add any attachments here that I want to. It's for this class. Now you'll also note, and you'll see this on other videos about Classroom, that when you are creating a new assignment, you by default create it in the classroom that you're working in, but you can also post it to other classrooms. So if you have 4 periods of art, when you create the first one, you can also publish it to all 4 periods. I'm not going to go over these others. So due date. So now I can just put in what is the due date. Let's go ahead and just make it today for the purpose of this. And I'm just going to put it inside of the drawing topic as well. And I'm going to hit assign. And so there it is, listed at the top, and it says due tomorrow. If I go back into Google Calendar, you can see that there's the assignment right there that just shows up as due tomorrow. You can also see, so for instance here, this purple one, that's in distance learning best practices, right? So we've created a classroom to help you learn how to use a lot of these tools. And there are some assignments in there too that, to help you just sort of see how all of this fits together. But across the top, the students can see all of their assignments. Okay. I hope this was helpful. In the next video, I'll show you how to make appointments or events on your calendar and invite students to them.